Okay, we've got a couple messages into her, so she should be joining us within the next couple of minutes, hopefully. Um, she's usually good about this stuff, so I'm just hoping nothing weird happened. First of all, I want to thank you guys for hopping on our Tuesday. Every Tuesday this time, we have this Zoom, and I was just thinking about whoever was in Toledo this past weekend. It was just such an awesome, amazing training if you've been to either the Syracuse one or the Toledo one. And we've kind of lit a fire under the company's butt, really, is what's happened. And everybody is on board with training. So you guys definitely need to keep your eyes and ears open, because I have a feeling there's going to be a training coming to a city near you very soon. I do know that I have one coming up here in Phoenix in April, the first weekend in April, I think it's 3rd and 4th. I know that we're doing one at the end of March in Texas, Dallas. We've got just every month there's going to be something. So make sure you guys are paying attention, because it was a game changer. And one of the things that I thought about and I mentioned when I was on stage talking in Toledo was, last year I got to interview like 52 different 200Ks on this call every single Tuesday. And it's become my favorite call, because just hearing people's stories and their backgrounds and where they came from. And sometimes I think we don't know people's backstories, right? We always see the highlight reel. We see where people are now, and we think that it's just been so easy, or it seems like they didn't have to go through the same struggles that we did. And I was just thinking back to my own story, like literally working 70 hours a week and waiting tables and bartending and being at work all day and never seeing my kids, and literally pouring my life into my work, because I needed every single dime that I could possibly make just to provide for my family. And it never was enough. There was always something. And I was just at a place in life where it was like, wow, is it ever going to get better? Is it always going to be like this? And, just having the struggles of not being able to pay bills, and not only that, but losing a house and a car and feeling like a failure at life. And that's where a lot of people have started out. It's crazy. And it's just been this last 10 years that network marketing came into my life and changed my family's entire life. And it's hearing these 200K stories and just their backgrounds, and then the struggles that they've had to overcome over the past, however long they've been in to get to where they are right now. They're facing the same things that you guys are. They're losing people. They're getting started and they're not grabbing their VIP bonuses right away. They're grabbing ranks and then losing them. They're shooting for bonuses that they miss. They're losing team members that they loved and cherished. I mean, all of the things that you're facing, this has all happened. And, one of the things that sticks with me when I do these calls and hear all of these different stories is there's just really one difference between somebody that is going to be 200K and going to go grab that millionaires club status, and people that won't. And that's just the sheer determination to stick with it, to do it, to not give up, because they really believe in what they're doing. And I was thinking about that too, that I truly love what I do. And I think when you get to that place where, getting up every day, I don't go, man, I have to do Lavelle, or I have to go find a customer, or I have to go find a promoter. It's not something that I totally, she's getting on now, guys. It's not something that I totally dread. I don't get up and go, gosh, that's a job. That's something I have to do. It's something that I can't wait to do. It's something that the second I open my eyes in the morning, I think about Lavelle. I think about my promoters, just like their family, just like I do my kids, just like I do my mother. I think about how I can help that person on my team that's really running, get to that next place so that they can do something great and mark something off their dream board. And it's just so awesome to be part of something that are there ups and downs? Absolutely. Are there times I've cried in this business? Absolutely. Are there times that I've gone, man, I don't want to do this today? Sure have. But when I think about the accumulative of what's the alternative to that, the alternative is what? Going back to waiting tables, working 70 hours a week, never seeing my family. I always say my worst day in network marketing is still better than my best day before network marketing. And it's just so incredible to be part of this. Let me see if Chas, did you hop on?
Yes, I'm here. You know, it's so crazy. I,
I'm like,
I
okay, she must be dead because she
no,
always remembers stuff.
no, I was sitting here on my computer typing up an email and doing things, and I've got Benita here and Shelly here, and I said, y'all don't let me be late. And then I looked up and I went, oh my gosh, I'm late. So, you know, we're all just, you know, it's like you say, Lisa, we show everybody every day you can be successful in this business.
You
So.
can, right? We're not perfect. Well, I am super excited that I'm having you on at the beginning of the year. And you're kind of, you know, for a lot of the people that are on this Zoom right now, we're here because you took a chance and you said yes. And, you know, you and I have known each other for a long time. And I just think your story is so awesome because I think a lot of people just like I was saying before you hopped on, I love this call every week because I think sometimes people see where people are now and they think there wasn't struggles or it was so easy or it must still be so easy. And hearing this call every week, it's turned into my favorite call because we hear that, gosh, they were where I was. People were in the exact position I was in and look where they are now. And I said, you know, the only difference between somebody that goes 200K and goes to the Millionaires Club and somebody that doesn't is just that sheer drive to keep going, even through the messes and the struggles and the failures, because really that's what it is just failures on top of failures on top of failures. So I would love for you, because there's a lot of people on here. We've got new people like joining every day. And just so exciting, especially this time of year. It's like, I love seeing all the new people coming in, but there's so many people that just don't even know your story at all. What were you doing before? And kind of how you even got into this kind of industry at all. So can you kind of just start from the beginning and share all that?
Awesome. So if you don't know me, I am Chastity Marie and I'm from Texas. And I'm Chastity Marie, and a lot of people ask me that question, and I'm still trying to figure out what last name I want to use. So I keep changing my last name. The FBI is probably looking for me. I have 4 passports with 4 different last names. So I just decided to just make it easy and drop that last name off. I'm Chastity Morales. Many of y'all, just because people ask, why don't you have your last name? That's it. That's the truth. I've had some rough go at it, guys, and I just said I'm going to make it simple and just be Chastity Marie. So that's who I am. And I am in the Texas area. It's yucky and gray here today, which it often can be, but it takes me back. Today, days like today take me back to when I started the product. I have been someone that has struggled with seasonal association disorder, meaning, and I'm for 20 years, meaning that when the clouds drop and the skies get gray and it's cloudy and rainy, I just go under the covers and I recluse. I push people away. And 6 years ago, I decided that I didn't want that to be my life. And I was about to face 40. I didn't want to continue the path that I was on. And so I've had rough all my life. I am a very, very broken little girl inside, trying to heal that inner child. I grew up with my grandparents. I grew up in and out of juvenile detention centers. Yes, I was a hell raiser as a little girl, as a troubled teen. I became a pregnant teen very before I graduated from high school. I raised my girls as a single mama in a trailer. I had my car repossessed out of my driveway. I mean, I've had all the things, guys. And one thing that I find in this business is that when you meet people that have gone through something, that have gone through life, that's the person that you want to latch onto, because that means they've done hard. So as I fast forward, I'm going to share with you, but I want you to know, because a lot of people see this success and they're like, she's just always been successful. She's just always had a great life. And I'm here to tell you, I always haven't. There are small things that Lavelle provides me with. Like, let me be as simple as this. like HelloFresh in my icebox. There were times, my kids will tell you, Hamburger Helper and macaroni and cheese, that's what they grew up on. And if it was a good week, we had bread and peanut butter. Like, this is no joke. This is not a, poor, pitiful me struggle, but what it has done is it prepared me for where I would be now. I am so thankful. I thank God. I mean, Thursday is my practice to pause. And I thank God every single week that he did not give me the blessings, that he did not give me opportunity when I was 20 years old. Guys, my credit was ruined. I think you get credit at 18. It was ruined at 18 and 30 minutes. I got my first credit card. I maxed it out. And from there on out, everybody told me no. My parents financed my trailer house. I mean, I have just had a rough of it. So 6 years ago, I started dealing with that inner broken little girl and said, I am not going to struggle again like I've been struggling. So I reached out. Social media was just kicking off. It was just becoming a big deal. Like, we were transitioning from MySpace to Facebook. And I put something out there. Like we do on Facebook, I just said, hey, I am about to try this. And I'll be honest, it was a pharmaceutical thing. I wanted to know if my friends had tried it. And, we didn't even have the recommendation button on Facebook at that time. And I feel 100% that my sponsor, Amber, was stalking me because she was boom in my inbox. And so she was in my inbox and she was like, so what are you struggling with? And I said, girl, I have just ran my first half marathon. Like, I am working out. The seasons get me in the funk, but I have determined that I am going to conquer this. This will not defeat me. So have you tried this thing that I was looking at? And again, it was a pharmaceutical thing. Like, I loved prescriptions. Like, give me all the prescriptions. Give me all the things that the doctor wanted me to try. I was trying any latent breaking technology. Give it to me. But what I was exhausted of was all of the side effects. And so even though I was the greatest guinea pig, I was also weight gain, weight loss, insomnia, too much sleep. I mean, hallucinations, dizziness, dry mouth, all of the things that came along with that. And so I was looking for something new, and it was something that I just released. And Amber said, hey, I would love for you to try this new product. And let me tell you, I was like, girl, boo. Thank you, but no thanks. I am not trying to try your whatever it is you're selling. I'm not interested. And she said, it helps with energy. It helps with appetite control. And when she said energy, I was like, wait a minute. I've been running. I've been working out. Again, like I said, I was running 5 and 10Ks for fun. I was eating all the right things. You can only eat so many dadgum carrots and broccoli. And I'm like, I'm doing all the things, but my energy is zapped. And I said, okay, send it to me. I'm going to try it. And so she sent it to me. I tried it. And I remember, gosh, it's been 6 years now, but I remember that she sent it to me about the end of the week, because I remember emailing her back and saying, it's Friday. I'm still in bed. Like, I was in corporate IT at the time. I was on call 24/7. And as long as I had my computer, I literally could work from anywhere. As long as I didn't have a server outage or a major outage, I could work from anywhere. And my boss had called me, and this is probably what stimulated me needing to fix me, was that my boss called and said, hey, HR says you haven't clocked into the facility in several weeks. And I'm like, well, I've been working from home. We haven't had any outages. He's like, look, for, medical insurance and all those things, I need you to come to the office. And when I looked and I hadn't clocked into my facility almost 30 days, I knew something was wrong. And I'm not saying I wasn't showering and all that kind of stuff. I was probably catching a shower here and there, but I was probably undercovers the entire 30 days. And I would get up and I'd go run and I'd go work out, hoping it would just, release the endorphins and the dopamines and all of that. And I was in a pit. And so I was just struggling. And when she sent it to me, I messaged her and I said, look, hey, thanks for your stuff. I tried it. I'm going to go back to asking people for, this cool product that has just hit the market. Doctors are recommending it. And she said, well, tell me how you took it. And I said, well, I just stuck that sticker on. She's like, so you didn't take the capsules? I'm like, nah. She said, you didn't drink the lifestyle mix? I'm like, nah, I just put the sticker on. She was like, well, it's not going to give you superpowers. I'm like, what do you mean it's not giving me superpowers? You said it was this amazing, great thing. And she said, can you please follow directions? Well, I worked in a male-dominant industry. We don't read the manuals. We don't follow directions. We just do our own thing. How many of y'all just do your own thing? And so she said, Chastity, it is so important for you to do all 3 steps. And so I said, okay, I have a run tomorrow. And at the time, I was loving social media, and I'm just me. And so I was pretty dramatic on social media too. And so I just told her, I said, look, I'll try it one more day, but at my run, if I get yucky stomach, or if those capsules make me weird, I'm going to post on Facebook, and you're not going to want me to market for your product. You're going to wish you hadn't sent it to me. Like, I was shutting her down right and left. I was like, I'll send you your product back, no biggie. Well, let me tell you, friends, I woke up before my feet hit the floor. I took 2 capsules. Then I waited about 20 minutes. I probably put it in water. I still love vanilla 6 years later. I just shook it up, downed it, and then I put on, it was a green little regular DFT sticker. And I said, okay, I'm heading out for a run. And I did this little thing like this. At the time, I didn't realize it was a flex. I honestly was as skinny as I had ever been. If you look at my photos, you might go, wow, she gained weight. No, I got healthy. I got mental health, and I got physical health. I was super, super thin. I was unhealthy thin. And so I did this little flex. I didn't have any muscles. And I just said, hey, thanks for this sticker thing. I went out for my run. Halfway, it was a 10K. So about mile 4 or mile 5, my phone went dead. And my phone went dead because everybody was messaging me saying, what is that on your arm? What is that? I mean, message after message. So by the time, I'll just be honest, by the time the run was over, I was pissed because this little sticker had caused my phone to go dead, and I didn't have music to finish my run. And so my runs were a mental thing. Like, I needed that music. I needed something to keep me going. So I was like, I can't believe this. When I got back, my daughter had a soccer game. I got home. I prepared some dinner. By 8 or 9 o'clock, after running a 10K, after being with my daughter, after preparing dinner, and it was evening time, I wasn't completely zapped. The next morning, I repeated this process, and I think it was on a Sunday, and I knew something was different. I don't want to tell you like the skies opened up and, I've never still to this day got the unction to go clean my house or my neighbor's house or do all the things. I still don't like to clean my house. I still don't love to cook. But something was different. I was up. I was out of bed. I was alert. That next Sunday, I went to church, put on a roast. I mean, I don't know who this person was. And I messaged Amber and I said, I don't know what you gave me. I don't know if it's legal. And to be honest, I don't even care if it's legal, but you have got to get me some more of this product. And she's like, okay, I'll get you some this week. I said, you don't understand. We didn't have Amazon Prime. We didn't have Amazon Now. But she lived a couple of hours from me. And I'm like, you got to get me this stuff now. I can't go tomorrow without it. And so she was messaging people in the local area. How do we get it? I was a customer for a couple of days. And I wish that I had the message, but I sent Amber a message and I said, if this product does for my friends what it just did for me, we're going to be millionaires, and I need you to save this text. So every other year about Amber will send me a message and it says, remember this girl, remember this promoter number, and we're going to be millionaires. And I'm going to tell you, we didn't become millionaires because we were slinging a product. We became millionaires because a product absolutely changed the way we do mornings and absolutely changed the way we do life. I began to be able to say yes to things physically, emotionally, mentally. Am I completely well? I'm healing. I'm living well. I'm living better. I get to do things for my grandkids. I get to do things for my family. I'm a giver. It's my love language. I get to bless. If there's a need, I get to meet that need. And I will forever, ever be grateful. And I believe, if you follow me on any of my platforms, you know I'm a woman of faith. And I believe with all my heart, God placed this vehicle in my hands to provide a way for other people. People always say, money is a bad thing and too much money. No, money is not a bad thing. Money in the wrong hands is a bad thing. And I believe that leaders that have a heart for people, that have a heart to give, that money can be used for so much good. That money can be, build orphanages, bring in homeless, get people off the streets, that take in animals if you love animals. Whatever your gift and your calling is for you, that's what will give you. I absolutely am so grateful. And I want you to hear this part. I am so grateful that Amber did not say, you can make a lot of money here and like we can be millionaires and this is going to be so amazing. She met me where I needed energy. She met me there. She didn't try to pitch a business. She didn't even tell me to be a promoter after my phone had freaking blown up. She didn't even say any of that. She got me on a call with Maria after I said, we're going to be millionaires. And she was like, I'm new at this here. Get on the phone with my friend Maria. And that's how she worked it. I recruited myself into her business because she met me at the point of where I was at where I needed. And so a lot of times we forecast and we portray to people, hey, you can make a lot of money here. I know you're a single mom. You don't know what kind of cash flow that single mom has. You don't know that she needs this business. She may just need to keep the crazy away. She just may need to wake up in the morning. So that's my story, Lisa. And I get just as excited telling it today as I did 6 years ago. And it's just because I have seen this past weekend, hearing stories of people that are so excited. It takes me back to that. When you're in a dark place, I was very in tune with my body. I didn't know what was changing, but I knew something was changing. Guys, I'll tell you, I had a first paycheck. It was like $42 with LaBelle. But if I can share this with you, and I know it's being recorded, but this is not a financial claim. This is my truth. At corporate job, I worked all year on call 24/7 for a pay raise. And we would get a bonus. We'd get a little pay raise, maybe like a 3%, and then we would get a bonus. Well, that paycheck, y'all know how like when you want your income tax to come in, like you're eating ramen noodles in December and you're like rich on steak in February because the tax return. That was me. Like I lived waiting for that tax return. I mean, I lived on payday loans, like robbing Peter to pay Paul, literally. And so I got my first real LaBelle paycheck, and it was $4,200. It was $4,200. And right about that time, I got my corporate bonus, on call 24/7, top tier infrastructure engineer, and it was $2,200. At that moment, now let me take you back a little bit, and Lisa, I know I'm just going on, but I had already prepared, even though I was late. At that moment, I went back. So I shared with you a little bit, as a little girl, I had to take myself out of a lot of places that I was in physically and place myself somewhere. So if something bad or some trauma or things that were happening to me as a little girl, I would close my eyes and say, I'm not here. I'm not in this place. I'm somewhere else. And I had the ability, I didn't know that as a little girl, learning to dream and have visions and goals and saying, I don't belong here. I can go to Disney. I can go anywhere I want to in this moment, would lead me to be able that when I saw this opportunity and I saw people having things and having options and being able to create a life for their family, I'm like, if they can, I can. I'm no different than them. I've just got to do the do to get the get, and I can have these things. So when I saw that corporate check and I saw my check with LaBelle, I said, this is an opportunity and I am not going to miss it. This is something that I will not look back and go, man, I wish I shoulda, coulda, woulda. I am latching on. Now, at the time when I joined LaBelle, I had $80,000 in debt from student loans, from probably payday loans, from all of the things, vehicles. And I knew that I would absolutely not leave my corporate job until I was able to pay off those student loans. And I'm going to tell you guys, you talk about sleepless nights. I remember at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, doing reach outs, making my list, listening. At the time, all we did was recorded calls. We didn't do Zooms, and I would listen to the calls and I would take notes, and I would, be in the cloud office and studying, and I'd lay down for an hour, and then I'd get up and go to work. I was brushing my teeth with one hand, making my post with the other hand. I literally for 90 days, full out, because I had a goal so clear in my mind. I knew I couldn't be a good steward of my job and be a good steward of what we had here. And, the team in 31 days went 200K. In 90 days, I paid off $80,000 in debt, wiped it out. Now, I always tell people, don't you dare quit your job. You know a lot of people, and a lot of tired, exhausted people. Don't you dare quit your job until you're making more money with this side hustle and you've paid off your debt. One thing, I can look you guys in the eye and say that I have been a good steward of my finances. Yes, could I have more square footage? Yes, could I have more toys? Now, don't get me wrong, we have beautiful square footage and we have a lot of toys, but we pay cash. And I absolutely want to invest in my leaders. I want to invest in my team, because I know 1,000% I did not get here alone. This business, you have to take as many people with you to the top. And then when you get to the top, maybe a little bit faster than they do, you don't just stand at the top, stand in your glory and look at me and what I've done. You reach the freak down, you reach out your hand, and you pull somebody else up with you. Because I was down, I was in the dumps, I was lonely, I was downtrodden. And you know what? I am so thankful that the God of the universe, and he used Amber, and he used a product to reach her hand down and say, you know what, friend, I know you need this. And I'm thankful that I had wisdom enough to know I had to work my butt off. I knew what it was like to not have options. I knew what it's like. Guys, my oldest daughter, I'll just be transparent. We still struggle today because she got told no a whole lot in her life. My middle daughter, she got told no a whole lot in her life. I missed a whole lot of things in their life. I can't go back. All I can do is apologize. I cannot go back and change that. My youngest one, she's a little spoiled. She gets to hear yes a lot. I'm a yes mom. And she knows that what mom has gone through has made me who I am. And I'll tell you, even though she gets yes a lot, she is building, she is an entrepreneur, she is building her business, she is working, she is in the trenches. She's gone today on her day off doing her side hustle. I mean, she has grown, she has more savings. I ask her all the time, can I borrow some money? Like legit, when I leave, I'm like, I need cash, can I have some cash? So she went through college, 0 student loan debt. She has a little Prius that the wheels are probably going to fall off. She does not want a new car. She does not want a car payment. Even though I had to go through those things, I am leaving a legacy of, oh, no man but to love him. And that's where we want to be in. So, Lisa, I'll pass it back to you. That was a long answer, but that's just kind of what was on my heart. And man, I'm still so excited. I'm so excited of the next wave of momentum that we're going into.
No, I think everybody needed to hear all of that. So, girl, you can talk as much as you want to. So I want to kind of also ask, just there's a lot of people that, I'm just going to be real. Last year, I think a lot of people took a hit in their business, whether it was just comfortability, not showing up, or whether it was just, a bad year, whatever it was. And, at the end of the day, I'm seeing a lot of people, I can't say it any other nice way than I just see a lot of people checked out, still checked out, which is what is wrong with you, with what's coming. And I mean, I don't know about you, Chas, but I can totally feel the difference in this year, and the momentum that's happening, and then even the shifts and the places, the direction that the company's going in. And we just got off of, you and I just got off of going to 2 back-to-back trainings in Syracuse and Toledo, and we're going to be doing so much more of that. I guess that my question is and I've known you for a while, and I know that you've been in a funk before. You've checked out of your business before. I mean, life happens sometimes. How do you go again? How do you keep yourself motivated? But I guess, what would your words of wisdom be to these people that maybe aren't stepping up? And like, we know what's coming. It's like, come on, guys, wake up. You've got to get invested in this.
Well, I would definitely say, Lisa, first and foremost, I will say grace over guilt every single day. But we can't have it all warm and fuzzy all the time. I put on the Tony Robbins, the Danny Goggins, the ones that give me a swift kick in the butt, that are not the warm and fuzzies. I put on, things that are not just, it's okay to not be okay, and just do. No, at some point I have to say, it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay not okay. And life happens at any given moment. There are 100,000 accounts in this organization, over 100,000 accounts in this organization. And what I can tell you right now is that in this organization, someone's going through death, someone's going through divorce, someone's going through birth, someone's going through marriage, someone's going through cancer, someone's going through depression, someone's going through mental illness, someone's going through bankruptcy, someone's going through buying a new house, someone's going through losing their house. There is always gonna be something that people are going through. But if we're being transparent, Lisa, I called you at one point, probably about 3 years ago, and said, hey, and I know I'm not saying you have to fly anywhere, but you better find your people. This is not even just for your business, for your life, friends. I called you and I said, I need to come, I need to fly to you, and I need help. I don't even know what to do. I don't know where to go. And you and I just got away. We got alone. We turned off social media, and you were just real. You had gone through something in life that I was going through, and I did not know how to navigate it. You got to find your friends that'll help you navigate life. You've got to find your friends in this business that are going to say, I know you've been down for a minute, but it's time to get back up. Yes, Lisa, I have checked out in my business, but I'm going to tell you one thing. My team didn't know it. I called Maria, I called Amber, and I said, look, I can't show up. I can't show up for my team right now because I can't even show up for life. But I need you to get my back because I'm coming back. I'm coming back and I'm coming stronger. But right now, I just need to find my way because I know 1,000% that I have to grab on. The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. And if you don't have a passion right now, grace over guilt, but you better go back and find your passion. It's just like a relationship. You don't always want to be married. You don't always roll over and like what you see. You don't always want to go on a date. You don't want to, but you better go back to that first love, because I'm going to tell you, divorce is a hard thing. You don't want to go through that. Get it together. Find out why you fell in love. Find out why you said I do. Find out why you made that commitment. Go back to when, we forget. I don't forget. I love what you said this weekend, Lisa. When I get unmotivated in my business, I just stop for a minute and I think about waiting tables and crawling through the back seat to get to the front seat because the doors wouldn't open. And then I'm real motivated in my business. You know what? If I start to get a little bit on my high horse, or I start to get a little bit ungrateful, or I start to get a little bit, pissy because my team is kind of checked out or whatever, I go back to the day and the morning that I couldn't take my kids to school because my car had been repossessed in the middle of the night, and I had to call a friend and a friend and a friend, and I had to find a friend that would take my kids to school for me. I go back to the times where I didn't know how, I'm going to write this check and I'm going to hope to God that it floats until Friday. I go back to those times, and that's what we have here. If you don't think this product is still working for people, you need to get to an event. You need to get on a Tuesday or Thursday night call. I'm telling you, it's still working for people. Paul used to say, stop taking the product, and I would be like, don't listen to Paul. He's crazy. But I'll tell you, I've had people that stopped taking the product. I just had one of my girls that started with me 5 years ago, and she posted on Facebook, this is the girl that I was before I started thriving, and this is what I became. Guess what? This girl is back. And so she started back on it. She's feeling great. I love that. Going back to, What did it feel like in the beginning? Where was I? How dark of a place was I in? So it's up to us. You know, that whole, if it is to be, it's up to me, sounds so cliche and like, yeah, whatever. But it really is, friend. You've got to say, and I know that it's not easy to go, I've fallen and I can't get up, but you better say it. You better speak it, and you better say, I know what I have my hands on. If you have made $200 in this business, then you better say, hey, this business gave me an extra $200. Maybe it was at Christmas time when you didn't have it. Or if this business has given you $600 or $6,000 or $60,000, I tell leaders all the time, go look back. I had one that I was talking to, and this particular leader just was in a funk, in a bad place. And she's like, my team's not doing anything. And at first I asked, when was the last time you were at an event? Not even an event. When was the last time you heard a corporate call? When was the last time you plugged into one of the leader Zooms, whether it's sideline, downline, upline, any line, you plugged into something? Do you know the latest promo? When was the last time you attempted to qualify for a trip? And then go back in your cloud office and tell me how much money you've made since you started. Over $300,000. Over $300,000 in a side hustle. That's pretty dang good. And that tells you, I've been in 6 years. This is a side hustle for this individual, and they haven't even been in that long. So to be able to say, I've made an extra $300,000, that's pretty dang good. But it puts it back into perspective. What have I done? What has this business done? Guys, you don't need a new product. You don't need a new opportunity. You need a new fire. You need a new passion, and you got to go find that. And what I can tell you lights my fire, and I know it's true for you, Lisa, it's the news stories, because I forget. And Drew Hoffman, man, Lisa, did he cast vision for us? That man looked at us, and hey, I'll be honest, there are times I'm like, okay, where's this company going? We're growing, but we don't really have a whole lot of insight. We just know that, you know, they're testing new products. We got new technology. They've got new things happening, new things going. Where are we going? And Drew, being at that event this weekend and hearing from our president and him saying, you have my word. You can know 100% that we are committed, that we are locking arms with the best formulators, with the best compensation plan people. I mean, he looked us in the eye, and something inside of me. Yes, the stories are amazing. I know it's growing. I know there's always going to be new people coming in, but hearing that from the top, it just rekindled that for me, because I'm thinking, man, 12K, man, 4K, man, 40K. Don't you dare give up. Just learn to rest. When you're tired, when you're exhausted, when you're feeling defeated, learn to rest, but quit giving up. And if you want to quit starting over, you got to quit stopping, even if it's one step forward. I have people tell me all the time, Chas, I just can't do life. I can't do this. But they're sharing stuff. They're sharing politics. They're sharing quotes. They're sharing memes. Dang it, share a LaBelle fan page story. Just one thing. Share it. You take one step forward. I'm not asking you to leap and jump all in. If you feel burnout, we all get burnout. Everybody is going to experience burnout. But you got to get your heart right. You got to know why you're here. You've got to know what this product has done for you. And it's not even about me anymore. It's about those people. You know how many people came up to me in Ohio and was like, I'm Amy. What was your name? And I'm like, I'm Chastity Marie. I'm a LaBelle brand promoter. I'm on day 3 of my Thrive experience. And one girl was like, oh my gosh, you just started. I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. And I loved it. It was funny. It's so fun to have people that have no clue who I am, because what that means to me is there's new people coming in every day. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't latch onto this, if you don't attack your area, your county, your neighborhood, somebody else will. There was someone in Sulphur Springs, Texas, when I started, that was thriving before me. She posts all the time on my Facebook, and I delete it every time. I wished it would have worked out for me. I wish it would have worked out for me. You know what, sister? You had the same opportunity. You had the product first in that county. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. How many people did you tell about the product? Guys, I didn't care. I didn't care if they thought I was Pamela. I didn't care if they thought I was crazy. I don't care now if people look at me and like, Oh, you're in that Lavelle thing? You better dang believe I'm in that Lavelle thing. I didn't steal this money. I didn't rob a bank. I earned this by sharing with people a product that is going to change their life. So quit being all, embarrassed that you stand behind a brand. Quit being embarrassed that you make money on your side hustle. Most people don't. So yesterday, I loved Lisa. One of our promoters, she messaged me and she said, hey, I have two new girls, and she actually tagged you. I think she's on your team, Lisa. She said, I want to do this right. We walked through, she had two prospects. She dropped them in a three-way chat. Boom, within 10 minutes, they were enrolled, creating their free account, posting their first story, showing them how to, get on the Lavelle fan page. We were in a group chat. I mean, just rocking and rolling. I didn't get to have a shower yesterday, and it felt so good because it took me back to the beginning when showers were very hard to come by. So it's so cool. It's so fun. The wave is high right now. In this business, Lisa says it all the time. It goes up and down, up and down. You better ride it now. You better ride. People are setting goals. They're in the gym. They're focused on themselves. Income tax are coming. They're going to have a little bit of extra money. Friends, you better ride this wave. You better get out from behind your computer, get out from your house. You got to go meet people. They're not just going to come to you. You got to start listening. What do they need? And hey, if you are a leader and you're struggling, get over your pride, get over yourself, reach up and say, I'm getting on calls, I'm getting connected, I'm going to plug back into my team, I'm going to do the things that I need to do, and I'm rolling with this. I'm not going to look back and say, man, I wish I would have stuck it out. I wish I'd have stayed with it. I'm going to focus now and have an opportunity that I'm absolutely not going to miss.
I loved something that Maria said on stage in Toledo. She said, don't just reach out to your leader and say, I'm stuck. Mm-hmm. I'm stuck. Because this, what irritates me more than anything is that it's that person that messages you and says, I'm stuck. But then when you say, okay, this is what you need to do. And they're like, nope, don't feel like doing that. Nope, not willing to do that. Nope, don't think I'll do that either. Why bother? Like you need to message a leader and say, I'm stuck, but I'm already getting on calls. I'm already planning on attending this training. I'm already planning on doing this. And then, because I'm all about like helping, and I'm all about helping people get their way out of being stuck, because we all get there. But you have to be willing to do what you don't feel like doing. And that's showing up. And that's where it all starts. Because I'll tell you what, I was in a funk. The last half of last year just was not good for me. And holidays, Christmas is just not a good time for me anyways, as far as just mentally. And I came into January like, I don't feel like doing this. But I'll tell you what, I got my schedule filled. I did not feel like doing it. I did not want to show up, but I got my schedule filled. And I'll tell you what, in literally a 30-day period, just from showing up in Toledo, showing up in Syracuse, and I get that not all of you have the funds to do that, the means to do that. There's other ways to do that.
But you showed up, you showed up on Zoom, yes.
And I'll tell you what, just from doing those two things, I cannot believe the difference in the way I feel, the difference in my excitement. Like, it's completely different. It's like, I'm back, man. I'm like, oh, let's do this thing. And I can't wait. And I'm going to continue to do it, because I'm not ever willing, ever. I am never, somebody's sharing a screen. I don't know who is, but I am never willing. Just like I said this weekend, if I get down, the only thing I need to think about is going back to working 70 hours a week. It's crawling through one door of a car that didn't have air conditioning and the windows didn't roll down. I mean, all I need to think about is that. And I'm like, my worst day in Lavelle is still better than my best day in my last life. And I just do not get why. I mean, you can't motivate another person. Dude, if you all find the book, if you find the answer, if y'all find the Google.
Uh-oh. Are you there, Lisa?
Please, oh Lord, send them to me, because I would love to know that answer. I've been trying to figure it out now for 10 years. There isn't. I can inspire you, and I can give you and Chas and I can get on and give you a ton of things that you can do. But if the answer is, if you're shooting everything down that we're telling you to do, I already tried that, didn't work. I already did that. Don't feel like doing that. I mean, you really don't want this. And I think that more than anything right now, It's, look, there are people in this company. We're still pioneers. I think about that all the time, Chas. Like, you got into this company when it was like pretty much still new. We're 7 years in. I mean, if you look at some of these other companies out there, they're 80, 90 years old. Like, seriously, they're 80, 90 years old. They're still around and kicking, and people are still signing in those companies. We're in the beginning still. Lavelle has not even come up with its best stuff yet. Like, we're going to be here for that, but you have to make a decision. And you and I also talked about something that I thought was just like eye-opening. We were looking back at the people that on our teams that have left 40Ks, 80Ks, even 200Ks, and watching them now on to their second, third, and fourth companies.
Yeah, that's so
And
true.
some of them even coming back to Lavelle.
Yep. And I think it's so, it's like, if you get stuck in the mud, we get stuck in the mud a lot here in Texas, and a lot of it's intentional. We like to play in the mud, but the thing is that if you get stuck and someone tries to throw you a chain to get you out, you don't just say, nah, I'm just going to keep spinning and getting deeper and deeper and digging. You don't not throw it into 4-wheel drive. When you're stuck, that is the time you take a little, and I know, guys, I know what being stuck. If I shared with you my truth behind the scene, it would be medical claim city, and I'm not going to do that. But I take one step in that direction to get me unstuck. Maybe you're just saying, okay, Chas, how do I get started? I've lost my way, and I literally just got on this call because I heard you and Lisa were going to do it. One step. Let me tell you this simple thing. Start with, in the morning, get up, take your capsules on an empty stomach, turn around, and make your bed. You've accomplished something great for that one day. You've made a huge step. If you are a leader and you're like, you know what, I have a great team, I just don't even know where to start. Find two people that you can go into your cloud office and just reach out to them. I spent a lot of yesterday sending messages out. Hey, I was so glad to see you in New York. Hey, I was so glad to see you in Ohio. And people are like, oh my gosh, thank you for reaching out. I had one girl, and I'm not going to put her on blast. She'll know who she is, but hearts, I love you. She said, Chas, thank you for reaching out. I wish that I would have had the nerve to come up to you and talk to you. And I said, hold up. If you can't take that one step to come up and talk to me, I'm just like you. I get up, Balin kicks in, I poop just like you every single morning. We're the same. And I have to run people out, and they can't go in there for 30 minutes. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone all that. But I'm the same. I am just the same as you. If you can't come up to someone that you love and admire, and someone that you know is going to love you back and cheer you on and believe in you, how in the world, friend, are you going to take that next step? How are you going to be able to go up to that stranger and say, I have what you need? You've got to get over yourself. You've got to set your pride aside. You've got to set either the broken little girl or the broken little boy. We learned no when we were little. We learn no as toddlers. So when someone says no, that means stop. That means quit doing. No, that just means there might be a reason to stop. When we were told no, not to touch the fire because it'll burn us. Somebody may say no right now because they don't have the money. They have products sitting on their shelf. They're loving their job right now. But you know what? Things change. How many of us know? Lisa just said things change for her in 30 days. How many times where, a corporation, everything is going good and they get a new boss and now they hate their boss. Everything's going good and the economy is good and hubby gets to work overtime and the economy tanks and now hubby can't work any overtime. How many of us know that someone's feeling the best they have? They're working out, they're doing all the things and they step off a curb and they tweak their ankle and now they're sitting on the couch. They've gained 20 pounds and they don't know what to do with their life. Things are gonna change for you and things are gonna change for the people that are following you. Are you that constant? I can tell you, I might be as annoying as heck. I might be what people say, oh, she's, bragging about her green grass again or whatever. You know what? They're gonna know that in that time of crisis, I'm the girl. I'm their girl, whether they need me to pray with them, if they need me to show them how to find financial peace, if they need me to show them how to put 2 feet on the floor the next day. You've got to find your why. You've got to find out what it is that I need to do. Guys, I'll be honest. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I shared with y'all, I tapped out everybody I knew, everybody that would say yes, everybody that would bring me chicken soup. All those people are thriving with me. Now I've got to find new friends. Some of my team has decided they're going in a different direction. That's fine. I love them where they are. We were friends before LaBelle, we'll be friends after, but I had to meet new people. I'm meeting new people. I get outside of my house. I do workout outside of my house. I network with people. I still talk to people in the grocery store. That's me. That's what I enjoy. I talk to people at the gym. I saw a girl post today. She's like, I never talk to strangers on the airplane. And I'm like, I do. Now, I'm not that annoying person that won't shut up, but if they say hi and they start open up, hey, you open the door, my foot just went through it. So focus on where are your goals. And guys, if you don't have your goal board, your dream board, your affirmation mirror, everything in front of you every day, go do it. That's your first step. Go make your bed, take your capsules, and create your dream board, goal board, and know where you're headed. It's just like this business is GPS driven. You have to know where your next step is. You have to know where your next goal is, or you'll wander around aimlessly. You'll get distracted along the way, but it's your focus has to be, all right, I'm distracted. I'm not doing what I need to do. It's time to regroup. And so when you regroup, it's one step at a time. Then the next day, Lisa, I want to clarify. A lot of people this weekend talked about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they were like, well, I didn't do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because I thought the 5 was 5 new. Hey, have you heard of Thrive? Will you thrive with me? Do you want to see my product? No, that 5 is 5 new people. And when you think, oh, I don't know 5 new people. I can't find 5 new people. Yes, you can. You have 5 new people that you can talk to somehow, some way, every single day. Quit scrolling, quit being nosy in what everybody else is doing, and build your business. Spend more time building your business than you're doing scrolling. Hey, it doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. It doesn't matter everybody else's opinion about Kobe Bryant and his life. Do you, and focus on what you have going on right now. And when you do that, when you regroup and go, okay, it starts with the product. It starts with simplicity. How do you build a multi-million-dollar business? You get 2 friends that will order as a customer and thrive for free, and 2 friends that want to build the business. You create $800 in sales. Boom, you repeat. Boom, you repeat. Boom, you repeat. And what's happening is we're missing this. We're not even thriving for free. Honest, and we're not even getting our promoters to go find their friends. So we got to get back to those basics. That's how we built a successful business. We put our pride aside. We didn't care what anybody had to say. Maybe we've gotten off track with our eating, with our weight, with our business, but every day is a new day to say, you know what, I'm starting something new today, and I'm not going to miss this opportunity.
You know what I was thinking about hugely when you were talking? I was thinking about how everybody, you're somewhere where someone else wants to be. There's someone on this team right now that is unhappy because maybe they've got a huge team and their team has separated from them and they don't know, they feel not useful enough. And the answer to that is go grab onto anyone that wants it, right? Then there's that person, maybe you just signed your first customer. There's someone else that just signed up trying to get that first customer. Maybe all you've done is sign up. There's someone that didn't even sign up yet that needs this. You are someplace that someone else needs to be. It's like, stop. I think we're always focusing on what we don't have and what, isn't there. And we're not focusing on where we are. Like, how awesome is it that we're here, that I'm here right now, that I said yes to this opportunity and all of the amazing things that can come with that. And the coolest thing is that we're doing that. If you were at Toledo or Syracuse, we did a survey. Reading people's surveys of what getting to a training did for them, like, unbelievable. People literally being in 6 months to a year, leaving the training, signing their first customer. Yes. Like, I mean, I can't even express to you. Well, yes, I can. The feeling. We're both feeling it right now, like how exciting that is. But why, listen, trainings are coming. You and I, that's all we've been talking about. Like, where are we training? What's happening next? Not only that, but Thrive Palooza is around the corner, and there's a lot of people that have not grabbed that ticket yet.
I'm going to just put this out there. We have only, in this team of 100,000 accounts, I know that's not qualified active promoter, we've only sold 300 tickets. Guys,
come on.
You find a room buddy. Find somebody that's willing to share a burger and fries. Get there, because people that were telling us that they were excited about the training these last 2 weeks were like, Thrive Palooza is like times 30. So do what you can. get there, find out which trainings. Yes, Phoenix training is coming. That's coming. I know we're at the top of the hour, Lisa, but Katie posted that she has the Get Unstuck document. So leaders, let's get a hold of that. Maybe somebody needs to see that, and let's get that sharing, because that sounds like something we all need to have. So
Yeah, I actually think I saw you post that, Katie. It's good. You know, like if you feel stuck, are you doing these things before you go to your upline? You've got to be willing to help yourself. You know, that's the one thing. An upline is here, and reach up if you're stuck, but you've got to be willing to say, yep, I'll try that again. Not did that, not trying it. I mean, you have to be open-minded and willing to try.
That's like
Because if you're
saying
not,
that's like saying I went to the gym once last year and I didn't get abs. Like, come on now,
right,
start over. Like,
right.
I can tell you how many times I start over with keto, Pluto, paleo, all I mean,
I
I
start a
start
new
over
diet
all
every
the
week.
time. Every day is a new mercy. It's always good. Hey, I have to do a plug here. I will be in the Houston area. I'm actually running a run this weekend, but I've created a Friday night social mingle. I just would love to buy you some appetizers and some drinks and hang out with you. It's on my page. So if you're in the Houston area, or you have a team in the Houston area, or you're sidelined to us, let me love them up. Let me excite them up, and send them back to you.
Yeah, and while we're plugging, you guys pay attention, because I know just in March, there's February. I know there's some things coming, some leaders that are going to be up in uh, where?
Calgary, Canada.
California.
California,
Um,
Canada. There's going to be some things coming
yeah,
in Texas.
California and Canada trainings. There's going to be in March, there's Dallas, big training in Dallas.
Yes.
First weekend in April, April 3rd and 4th, Chas is going to be coming here with me. We're doing a huge training in Phoenix. Right after that, Thrive Palooza. Right after that, I know Chas and I are going to be doing something in June that's more self-development based for anybody. Like if y'all have people you know in another business that live in Texas, send them. Like it's going to be awesome. So we've got stuff, and it's going to be going throughout the year, y'all. So something is going to come within 6 hours of you. The question is, are you going to get to it? And I'll tell you what, it was crazy to see how many people that on a whim said, you know what, I'll go to Syracuse, or I'll go to Toledo because it's close, not even really wanting to go. And after leaving there, messaging me saying, I was not going to Thrive Palooza, but now that I just did this, I just bought my ticket. I'm going. Like,
Yes.
y'all do not think that this can make a difference in your business. And I encourage you to ask yourself, when you say you've tried everything, have you gone to Thrive Palooza? Have you been to a local training? Because I'll tell you what, you don't think it can make a difference? I've watched it turn somebody's business completely around once that mindset has changed and they've gotten around, 100 like-minded people, all telling you you can do it. It's a pretty powerful thing.
All right. Thank you for having me. Today is
Thank
payday.
you. Yes, we just got paid 1 minute ago. So you guys, Tuesdays, I always say it, go make your Tuesday payday post, because there's somebody watching your social media right now. And that post, man, that's what gets me. When you're scrolling through and you see somebody post weeks worth of groceries in my fridge because of the side hustle, gas in my tank, daughter's dance lessons paid for. That's the stuff people are like, I need that. I need that in my life. So make sure you're making that post. Chas, thank you so very much for hopping on today and sharing. I know that everyone on here needed to hear you today, so I appreciate you. And next week, who do we have? Oh, next Tuesday is going to be a good one. I've got Brittany Walker. She just hit the Millionaires Club. She's the youngest millionaire in Lavelle. So anybody on here that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and you think that you're too young, yeah, you need to be on next week, because she's absolutely amazing. So next week, the week after that, Erica Sherwood, the week after that, Molly Haskins. So we've got a lot of good people. So the link's the same every week too, you guys. So you can literally just store this exact same link wherever, and it's always this link every Tuesday. All right, thanks guys. Have a good one. Happy Tuesday. Happy payday. Thanks, Chas.